Today we're going to be looking at some tips and tricks when it comes to fishing in Animal Crossing New Horizons. You quickly notice that while playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, that one of, if not the best way to make quick money is to catch everything, specifically fish. In this video I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks that will help you to get the most out of fishing on your island, assuming that you're not partaking in an event like the Easter event that just started, which has a significant portion of your fish actually being water eggs. First and foremost, when fishing, you should catch everything. You cannot really guarantee what you catch, so catch everything so you don't miss out on that potential rare fish. Second, ensure you're donating the first of each species that you catch to the museum. Then sell everything else. It would be awful to have to catch that rare fish a second time in order to fill your museum. Third, if you can, keep track of how many fish you have caught to extend the life of your rod. A flimsy rod can catch 10 fish, and a fishing rod can catch 30 fish before it breaks. An additional tip if you want to avoid breakage is once you've unlocked customization, the catch counter will reset if you customize your rod. So change the color of your rod, and it will take another 30 catches to break. Know what causes different fish to appear on your island. The three main things to note is seasonality, time, and location. You can see examples of this when you look in your Nook phone and search the Critterpedia. Many fish are available for several months, but if you're looking to catch everything and are not date hopping, it can potentially take you up to 11 months to catch all of the fish. Next tip is to not forget about fish bait. Using one manila clam, you can craft the fish bait, and what this will help you with is to immediately spawn fish in areas that do not typically have fish, like the pier and ponds, in an effort to catch rare fish from those spawn points. Side tip, if you have a lot of bait to make, you can speed up the process by pressing A twice and speed up the construction animation. I have never had a fish nibble more than 5 times. So, if you're on edge pulling in your line after there hasn't been a bite after 4 nibbles, the 5th should be the one to reel it in on. I've caught a handful of the rare fish, and when it comes to hooking a rare fish, it's actually more difficult for them to take notice of your line. The fish will have a smaller radius in front of its head in which you need to land your line in order for it to see and move towards it. After catching hundreds of fish, you'll likely get the hang of it, but sometimes casting off a pier or a pond can be tricky just to get it in that right spot. If you're looking for specific fish and know the size of the shadow, you can force a respawn of fish in the water by quickly running past the fish to scare them. On a rainy day trying to get the coelacanth, this might help speed up the process. Do your best not to lose a fish, as your Nook Miles bonus is applied once you catch 100 consecutive fish. Additionally, remote islands that you go to, from my experience, will only spawn fish that are available during the calendar month you're currently in. But there's a possibility of going to islands that provide you with a specific size of fish. I've traveled to islands where the only shadow is for large fish, so a lot of sea bass and black bass, but I could also load up on the more valuable football fish and red snappers. One last thing to keep in mind to use to your advantage is when the sea sports fanatic CJ is in town. CJ is a beaver that will periodically visit your town, and when he does, you should focus on catching fish even more. He'll buy your fish for 50% more bells. Not only that, he's available on your island until 5 a.m. the following day. So unlike a normal day, if you play after 10 p.m. when Nook's Cranny closes, you have the opportunity to continue selling your fish to CJ all night. And those are my fishing tips for your time in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Let me know if there's any tip I may have missed in the comments below, and if you're still watching, like this video and click subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. See you soon!